Hey team, this is CJ and this is Evolve Strong with CJ. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope you lose 10 pounds and 5 inches in 28 days and do a hell of a lot more. But today, let's talk about getting back on the wagon. Let's talk about taking breaks, understanding that breaks are a necessary part of the process. But how do we get motivated again to get back on the wagon and stick with it? So prior, I talk about how fitness is never finite. Fitness for an individual should be infinite, or at least until you're in the grave. And the reason is we only have one body the rest of our life. And I have seen how when we allow ourselves, let me step back here. I believe in the Trinity: health, wealth, and relationships. Health, wealth, and relationships. And I believe in that order. Not in that order, pardon me. I believe health is the pinnacle. Now, I believe that relationships and wealth are just as important for you. But some people with wealth, they can live off of $10 a week and be happy. They think that they're rich with that. Some people need a lot more than that. And I know who you are out there. But some of us, like myself, I take care of my family. So I have to make an income. I have to make sure that, I'm doing this. And then now I have a business that I have to make sure that is constantly going and creating, cash flow in order to keep it moving forward. Then my relationships, for the first time in my entire life, my relationships are just amazing, just fucking phenomenal. And I love it. But today, we're talking about our health, but that Trinity is critical. And I don't believe in balance either. I believe we need to spend time every single day on each of those particular areas in order to move us forward. Health, a lot of times, though, is put to our wayside. And the reason it is put to our wayside because we are putting more emphasis or allow our familial relationships, like if we're raising kids or just had a kid, or individuals need our assistance within our families, we always put ourselves to the side. And then we find ourselves months, years, a long time down the road where, we've let go of ourselves. And now we're trying to catch up in regards to our health. Wealth, on the other hand, we have bills, we have debt, we have things that we have to care for. So we're constantly on top of that. So again, sometimes that takes precedence. But the problem is this: when we get so damn stressed out because we're trying to deal with our health, or trying to deal with wealth and trying to deal with our relationships, then we have our first heart attack. Then we get diagnosed with diabetes. Then we actually have cancer. Then we find ourselves with some incurable disease that could have been prevented if we would have taken care of our health. So we are forced to dedicate time rather than volunteer our time to try to prevent ourselves from getting those. So when we talk about health, and we have to maintain an infinite or until death, part of that. Because if not, I've seen the other side with my father. He was dying for 10, 15 years, dying. I think a big deal with him was he had low testosterone, which exacerbated his heart disease, which exacerbated his inability to get motivated to do something about it, because I always said he was in a brain fog. He always told me he didn't have it in him. Then he had multiple strokes, multiple heart disease. I mean, it was pretty intense. And so I know, because I tested myself and I knew the signs, that I had low testosterone. It runs in my family. So, I took care of that. But I've seen when you don't take care of yourself, that the quality of the end of your life just deteriorates considerably. And I don't want to be that way. I don't. I want to be in the gym floor with my cane, beating people down while I'm training. I truly am. But where I find where people they get all motivated at the beginning, and then they have this finite goal. And I believe in that. I believe there should be certain benchmarks where we could look into our wellness and our fitness. But when they achieve it, they just go c'est la vie, and then they stop, and then every year they come back in, whether it be Rise of Phoenix or different things. But You can't look at it that way. Fitness has to be every single freaking day of your life. And it doesn't have to be a lot. We have 24 hours in a day. We sleep for 8. We work for 8. Then we have, 8 more to do, whatever we do, 15 to 30 minutes minimum on a daily basis, whether it be walking, whether it be a treadmill, whether it be, lifting, doing weights. You can get a very good workout within 30 minutes. I do. When I go do a little workout, I do it. No, but I work out all day. But guys, the benefits are just enormous. And I believe, again, very strongly that health should be the pinnacle aspect that you focus on. Your health and your well-being is critical because you can't take care of anybody else. You cannot make money. The moment you have a heart attack, making money is secondary. The moment you have a heart attack, your relationships are secondary. The moment you have been diagnosed with a deadly disease and you have to focus everything on yourself, you don't take care of anybody. So the best way to take care of it is to prevent it. So when we get to a finite goal and we achieve it and then we leave, how do we get back on the wagon? Or we have a holiday, or we go on vacation, or work gets in the way and it's an extended one, 10, 15 days down, and then you're like, oh shit, now I'm back in the insanity cycle. How do we get back to taking care of ourselves again? Number 1, you have to make the decision. Number 2, you have to show up. That's it. You cannot wait to get motivated to move forward. What you have to do is take action physically to get the motivation. Let me repeat that again. Very few individuals can sit back and actually get motivated to take action or to actually get somewhere. What you have to do is you have to take action. You just have to decide and say, I'm going and I'm here. That's it. You have to do it. You have to put your shoes on. You have to put it in your calendar. You have to tell someone. You have to call. I commend Heidi for calling me today saying, CJ, I got off the wagon, but now I find myself and I need to figure something out. How do I do this? Can we sit and talk for lunch? Can we sit and talk for coffee? What I told her is, we can sit and talk all we want, but until you actually show up, only then will things move forward. I'm not throwing you under the bus. Her and I are long-term, really good friends, but you got to do it. You just got to show up. That's it. There's no talking. There's no planning. Just do it. There's no judgment here either. That's the one thing that I do have to let everybody know about is if you show up, I am one proud trainer. If you don't show up, I don't know what else to say, guys. The only way that you prove to me that you want it is by showing up. So that's my word of advice for today. To get off the wagon, you have to take action. To get back on the wagon, you got to take action. You just got to do it. You got to do it. You can't plan. Why are you planning? Just show up. No need to plan. Just show up. Right? That's it. That's the majority of the battle. Once you do that, then I can take over from there. So if you want to show up, hit me up. I'd love, love, love to have you guys here with me at Evolve. Got the Shred program going. We meet in so many different times, but text me 505-591-4700. 505-591-4700. Text me. You can actually call me there too. Use it. CJ@evolvestrong.com is my email. Got a lot of cool things going on, a lot of great successes going on as well. For my heart to yours, remember, start strong, stay strong, always be evolving utmost strong. Later.